close your eyes. Imagine you're sitting across from someone who tells you, "I understand you." Their gaze is warm, their voice soft, their words like balm. You relax, you trust, and a month later, that same person uses your deepest fears against you, and you realize none of it was accidental. It was a game you were losing from the very beginning. You think manipulation is something out of spy movies or psychological thrillers. No, it's here, in your relationships, in your work, in your thoughts. It erodes trust like rust on metal. Slowly, imperceptibly, but irreversibly. And the scariest part? You don't even notice it happening. You grew up believing, if someone says they love you, they do. If they promise, they'll keep their word. But that's a lie. Not because everyone lies, but because trust isn't about words, it's about actions. And manipulators know this. They use your expectations against you. Old belief: trust is built on honesty. New truth: trust is built on awareness, on the ability to see what lies behind words, on knowing how to distinguish sincerity from calculation. Have you ever noticed how some people make you feel guilty for having boundaries? You're too selfish. You don't know how to love. You take everything too seriously. This isn't criticism. It's a test. They're checking how easily they can push your boundaries. And if you give in, they know you're under their control. Example: a girl tells her boyfriend, "If you really loved me, you wouldn't spend so much time with your friends." On the surface, it's a request for attention. In reality, it's manipulation through guilt. She doesn't want closeness. She wants power. Conclusion: your value isn't determined by how convenient you are to others. It's determined by how true you are to yourself. Manipulators love to exploit your weaknesses, not because they're strong, but because you allow it. They sense your doubts like sharks sense blood in the water. "You're not mad, are you? You're so sensitive, it's cute." These phrases aren't about care. They're about control. Example: a boss says, "I'm disappointed in you. I thought you were stronger." You start justifying yourself, working harder, proving yourself. But all he's done is gain leverage over you. Your desire to be worthy has become his tool. Conclusion: your strength isn't in proving your worth. It's in knowing it without proof. The most sophisticated manipulation is when you think you have a choice, but you don't. You can leave, but then you'll suffer. You can say no, but everyone will think you're selfish. This isn't a choice. It's a trap. Example: a partner says, "I'm not stopping you from seeing your friends. I'll just be sad." You stay home. You chose their emotions over your needs, but in reality, you were robbed of the right to choose. Conclusion: real choice doesn't leave a taste of guilt. It leaves you with freedom. Tears, silence, passive aggression. If you loved me, you'd understand. This isn't love, it's trade. Your emotions become currency, and you become the debtor. Example: a mother tells her daughter, "I've done so much for you, and you can't even call." The daughter calls out of duty, not love. She's paying a debt, not giving attention. Conclusion: love doesn't come with a price tag. If you have to pay for it, it's not love. It's a deal. Manipulators never take responsibility for their actions. "It's your fault for trusting me. You made me do it." They shift the blame onto you because the truth would destroy them. Example: a friend betrays you and then says, "You idealized our friendship too much." No, they're the traitor, and that was their choice, not your mistake. Conclusion: your responsibility is to protect your trust. Their responsibility is to earn it. Don't confuse the two. You're angry. You feel betrayed. You want to believe the world is more honest than it is. But anger is fuel, not for revenge, but for awakening. You don't have to forgive betrayal. You have to understand it. See the mechanisms. Break the chains. Because true freedom begins where naivety ends. Trust isn't blindness. It's a conscious risk. You can believe, but you must see. You can love, but you must know. From this moment on, you play by new rules. You're not a victim. You're an observer. And when someone tries to manipulate you, you'll just smile. Because you know their game, and you're no longer playing.